Welcome to Julie's Infinite Playlist. This is Nominee.
All right, we wanted to let you guys know to support the podcast by subscribing and reviewing on iTunes, reviewing on Stitcher, or following on Spotify. Also, like the podcast Instagram and Facebook pages to stay up to date on episodes and the bands featured.
Hey, this is Julie. Just a reminder to check out the event on December 2nd at Flamingo Cantina, presented by College of Hip Hop Knowledge and Music Live. This event features Chris Rivers, Big Pun's son. Also performing is Animal Abstract. Check out the Facebook event page for more details. And here's today's episode with Nominee. Welcome to Julie's Infinite Playlist. Today we have Nominee. If you guys want to go around and introduce yourselves and your instruments.
You can start.
Steve, would you like to start?
Yeah, I'm Steve, and I play guitar and do backup vocals.
I'm Dean, and I also play guitar and also do backup vocals.
I'm Andy. I play drums, and I also do backup vocals.
There's a harmony on this.
That's right. It's the only thing I can hear.
And I'm Chris, and I sing.
Awesome. I'm Julie, and I do backup vocals. So where did the name come from?
We had some songs pretty much ready to go, and we could not come up with a name.
Couple really bad names.
We had a couple really terrible names on the table.
Please tell me.
Infinite?
Infinite?
Nah, I think that was before me.
That might have been before you.
I think that was before I was there.
The Living?
That was really
I forgot about that.
Ever endearing. Holy moly.
American Recovery?
I know she said that she wanted to go deep,
nice.
but I didn't know we were going to go deep right out the gate. Buried all these terrible band names years ago.
There's actually demos
Ever
in
Endearing
the world
is rough.
that are under the name of The Living.
Yeah. And Ever Endearing.
And Ever Endearing, yeah.
Man, that is so bad.
Yeah.
That tastes gross.
Yeah.
How emo can we get?
Yeah, those are my thoughts exactly. But so we had a bunch of terrible names that nobody was really happy with, and we had some songs ready to go, and we're like, shit, what are we gonna do? What do we call it? And Cameron, there's Nominee, and we're like, yep, fine, yeah, sure. We just threw a bunch of stuff at the wall and just saw what stuck, and Nominee was the only thing that we came up with.
Yeah, it was very much like a bar napkin.
There are band names written on a bar napkin, literally.
Yeah, with that in there.
Yep.
So.
But then we were there's another one too that we were that we almost maybe it was The Living.
It was The Living.
Sent chills down my spine.
I remember because I have search history on my computer for doing copyright searches for this weird Long Island rap metal group or something.
Dude, and there are so many names that we've thought of since naming your band on, and I'm like, fuck, why didn't we think of that? What was the one we said the other day that we were really stoked on?
Dude, there's so many. I don't know.
It's a band now, but Cold Front.
Oh yeah, it was totally fist fight.
Dead Tooth, I thought was tight.
Dead Tooth, fist fight at the salad bar. Whatever works.
Can you imagine though if you're at the Grammys and they're and the nominees are Nominee.
Yeah, pretty much banking on that. That's a high bucket list goal. That's actually gets said.
Yeah.
You're fantastic.
Yeah, people.
A running joke for a while.
People have said that to us before, and I was like, "Yeah, dude,
we get it."
You know what? You know what? when we're all at the Grammys, joke's on me. Okay?
Right.
You know what? You can call me up and you can give me the biggest "I told you so." Rub it in my face.
If this band ever wins a Grammy,
that's what I'm saying.
Music shit the bed.
Yeah. APMAs. Maybe that's the stretch goal.
That's dreaming. Yeah.
Hey. I believe in you guys, alright? I think this can happen.
That makes one of us. we just don't know what else to do.
And how did each of you get into music?
Oh man, my brother was just is just an old punk dude at this point. He's a few years older than me, and growing up, he listened to Black Flag and a bunch of hardcore bands, but then listened to Rancid and NoFX and Casualties and shit, and I never really got down with a lot of that, but as he got older, bands like Blink-182 and like Green Day and shit. Like I was like old enough to like understand that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I just kind of latched onto that and started playing because he played guitar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Would like go into his room and take his guitar and like beat me up for it.
Worth it.
Yeah. What about you?
I don't even think I've told you guys.
I know,
any of
that's
that
what I'm
stuff.
curious,
Yeah.
Something to do with your dad.
No, I mean my dad was obviously a huge part of it, being that he like supported the idea, but and introduced me into it. But there's this band from San Luis Obispo County called Watashi Wa. They're a Christian band. I think they're on Tooth and Nail.
Okay.
And the singer worked for my dad, and he'd like come over and have like dinner with us, and like we went and saw like them play. And I still remember like seeing there was a left-handed drummer. I just thought he looked so cool. He had like just this.
He's so stupid.
No, I thought it was so cool, and they are just such a huge influence in my life. But like, yeah, the moment I saw that was the moment that the stereotypical like you find the pots and pans, you get pencils, and you just start like banging everything. And
how old were you?
yeah, man, I had to have been like maybe 10, maybe. And then that Christmas they got me my first drum
Were
set.
you in California?
Yeah, I was in California. And it's been a long, regretful journey since.
And then
A lot of pain.
I thought this was interesting. Didn't you say that when you moved here, you like didn't have any friends, so you started playing guitar?
No, not at all.
Or you couldn't play your drums?
When I was in California, we were in between we were getting a new house, but the house was being built, so my drums were in storage, and I had a guitar. And my dad taught me the first song I ever learned how to play was Papa Roach, Walking Through Barbed Wire.
Oh, I thought you were...
So I had Papa Roach, The Offspring, Watashi Wa. Yeah, no, but I did learn how to play that. But yeah, so I started playing guitar for like our house took like 2 years to be built. Like it was so terrible. So I literally had a guitar for 2 years, and that's why I play guitar as much as I play drums at this point. So there you guys go. This is why I don't do podcasts.
Yeah.
I don't like to open up and admit these things to you guys.
I don't know why I thought it was
I
because
like to
you
live in
didn't have any
seclusion.
friends. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Far to be honest,
Sorry.
the
Yeah,
moment that I moved
that's such a
here,
reach.
everyone was like, "Holy shit, this guy can play 94 Hours by As I Lay Dying, and he knows how to play all of Under Oath on guitar."
That's how he got the name.
Who is this kid? They called me
Blast
Blast Beat
Beat
Andy
Andy
when I first moved here because they're like, "This kid wrecks." So no,
Heather still
had
plays
all
Blast Beat Andy.
the friends, all the friends, Chris. Sorry, I will not have that said on this podcast without addressing the truth.
So many friends, especially the guys in Watashi Wa.
Yeah, shout out to them.
What about you, Dean?
I started very young. I loved guitars when I was super young, like 3, 4. I had like a ukulele that I'd take around with me. I have a picture of me screaming at the guitar because I couldn't play it. It never sounded good, and so I would get really angry and just like scream at it all the time because I thought like it was the guitar, not me.
Why don't you sound good?
But I started off on drums when I was 8. I played for quite a long time. My parents regretted every second of it because they bought me a drum set
as
at
they do.
8,
Yeah.
and they put it in the game room, which is we had like an open house, like kind of very open floor plan, and they put it right in the center of the entire house, and it was such a huge drum set. It was an S series.
Bet it sounded awesome.
It did not. It was terrible. But I had done that for a while, and then I moved high schools, and this was actually the opposite. I had no friends in high school, and no one wanted a drummer. And so I wanted to start playing guitar because everybody needed guitarists. And I was like, I don't know how to play guitar. I don't know how to do that. So the funniest thing was that I taught myself to play guitar, but I taught myself in like the most irrational way possible. I put in a Lenny Kravitz CD, and I sat with it in my lap facing up, and I did one string at a time and tried to play his solos. And after I got that, I would harmonize with my middle and index finger, almost like a steel like lap guitar. Mm-hmm. And after I learned how to harmonize with it, I would actually like pick it up and try to do the same thing and never use the pick. And from there, it just like kind of took off this whole like thing of me trying to play with the radio. I'd turn a song on, try to play along with it and make it sound like it actually was part of the song itself, even though it wasn't.
Yeah.
I know, you owe it
Lenny
to
Kravitz
Lenny.
was a thing, man. Yeah,
You owe it to Lenny.
Greatest hits album.
You like Beautiful Minded it.
I had no idea what I was
You're
doing.
like, I will solve.
Yeah, that was basically it for guitar. Like Lenny Kravitz and...
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie to you.
Pretty much it.
Man, if we would have known that,
I wouldn't be
We should have you back out if we're interviewing new band members. Finding out a lot today.
Our Craigslist ad, no Lenny Kravitz. No Lenny Kravitz fans.
What did Cameron?
Are
What
you
did,
gonna crawl
what
my
did
way?
Cameron say? What did he fucking join this band?
Our
I mean,
bassist.
everything from rap metal to
Reggae.
reggae. Long short story for Cameron, who's not here, is
He's not here anymore.
he's not here. No,
He's still in the band.
I think Chris, is this before you or you know?
This is before
That was
me.
before him, yeah.
So it was our original guitar player, Andy, and myself, and he came out. He didn't have a car. He didn't have a bass amp. He had a bass, and our old guitar player, like vouched for him. And he showed up, and we play, and he's a good player, and we get to like the getting to know you stage or whatever, and like, so like, what are you like into, dude? And he's wearing the big like parka, drug rug, like sandals. He's
wearing like sweatpants.
like
too.
sweatpants. He's got like hair down to like his chest, and he's like, whatever, man. Like I listen to everything from like rap metal to reggae.
Which, depending on how you look at it, that could either be a very, very narrow scope,
Which is
super wide
Which is
scope.
truthfully like how I saw like Sublime and like 311 and like that was it. Like, you know, that plus the drug rug and the no car, I was like, I put him in the smallest
This
box.
guy.
But he didn't give me much of a chance to put him in much of a bigger box. Long story short, he's been our bass player for 4 years. But yeah, he really botched that getting to know you phase thing. Because like I straight up, and he can tell you, I straight up went outside and everybody's like, what do you think? And I'm like, fuck no. And I tell him that to his face to this day, like unabashedly, like no, like foot down, like no.
This is not happening.
And I got outvoted because they both thought he was a great player. And so
Yeah, now he lives here.
Now he lives
He's
here.
fantastic.
Yeah, he's fantastic. So I was wrong.
He
totally
has a car.
He doesn't.
He doesn't.
Right back.
He doesn't right now.
We're right back.
He did have a car. That's not his fault.
So that's how Cameron got started in music. As far as I'm
Is that how it ends?
Rap metal
You start carless and you end carless? Should
Yeah.
we be worried?
What do you mean end? No. Oh shit. My story's not very good though. That's why I wanted to tell Cameron's story. I don't have any musical family or friends or anything really. My grandmother played piano, and I just really liked hanging out with her. So like she taught me how to play like a bunch of stuff she played, like Gershwin and like Moonlight Sonata, that I only know by like feel, not by like you could put Moonlight Sonata in front of me and I couldn't play it, but I can play it.
Right.
So it's really weird. Like I can't sight read.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah.
can't
Okay,
really
gotcha,
sing.
gotcha, cool.
I mean, I can be like C, but I can't actually sing. And like, yeah, so like that was it. And then my buddy Mike, we grew up in the Northeast, and yeah,
Where
like
in the Northeast.
we grew up in New Hampshire.
My friend is. I have a really good friend from New Hampshire.
All right, what part of New Hampshire? It's very small.
New Hampshire.
Probably pretty close. Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's like New
He's a
Hampshire
Bruins fan.
and North New Hampshire. Yeah.
She says "wicked" all the time.
That's me. Hey,
And "ca."
yeah. I'm not that bad unless I get aggressive
When he's been boozing,
or
he's like,
drunk. Yeah.
guys,
Started to sound like a
Andy,
mom.
come get your fucking dog.
It gets a little-
Hey, Zuko.
I do snap, and I click too. It's bad.
That of which, like, my dog is not taught to respond to that, so I don't know why you still
I-
keep doing this.
It's habit. I don't know. So I think we were like, I mean, I had no, like I wasn't interested. I wasn't inspired in anything. Like, well, spoiler alert. And he comes up to me like, we were getting into like the dumb stuff that 13-year-olds get into, like Limp Bizkit, and, Korn, like the dawn.
You were worried about Cameron.
The
Okay?
dawn of new metal, like all that, like Deftones is like this off the wall. Like when I heard Deftones, I was like, whoa. There's
I love
nothing
Korn way more than I love Deftones.
like.
Sorry, we're getting off.
No.
So
That you guys always do.
And he was like, I want to start a band, and I was like, cool, I'll sing. And he pretty much was like, nah, fuck you, like I'm gonna sing. And I was like kind of like looked around, like thought about like what else was in the band. And I was like, all right, I'll play guitar. And like that was it. And I was actually like the worst guitar player in like any of my high school bands forever. Like forever.
It's not hard to imagine.
Yeah.
We say forever means
Still, like to this day. You know,
Yeah, the essence of
I
that word.
like to use like the analogy like I'm like the third baseman on the Toronto Blue Jays. You know, like nobody knows who that guy is. Like I suppose I'm all right enough to like play in the majors, but like yeah, I'm not.
The Blue Jays is not hockey.
Yeah, you see, exactly. It's my
I
fault. You know, it's like all over the.
What is that? Is it hockey?
No,
No.
it's baseball.
Okay.
Yeah.
Canada has baseball teams.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's America's pastime.
And then North
sports.
America's pastime. Yeah, so then I just kind of sucked and then sucked more, and then I realized like if you figure out how to like manage a band and like run shit, it doesn't matter how bad you are. And, you know.
Give yourself more credit.
Yeah.
I mean, if you like round out and take everything I say with a grain of salt, that's like relatively true. So I just started like running shit and working for bands when I was like 18 or 19, and I'm the psychopath that you coordinated with ever
Steve
since.
played guitar and Just Surrender.
Oh.
Yeah. Gun for
Interview's
hire.
over.
It's a gun for hire.
Yeah, I was a gun for hire for an upstate New York band called Just Surrender that some people in this room enjoy their music.
I love that. Yeah, love it.
Yeah, pull up my Spotify real quick.
No. As much as that was an incredible experience in my life, not my favorite band.
I mean,
Moving on from Just Surrender.
and how did this band come together?
I was not playing in bands and living in Texas, like 3 or 4 years ago, probably.
You were what?
Not playing in bands and living in Texas, and like kind of writing some music, and I found a guitar cab that I really liked in a store called Music Makers that used to be on South Lamar, and I put some money down on it, and I had no intention of picking it up, pretty much. Who eventually became the other guitar player that started the band with me, really wanted to buy that same similar piece of equipment, and his uncle owned the music store, so he had him like call me and like chew me out pretty much. And I came in that day and like paid for it in cash for whatever reason, and he like kind of confronted me about like my taste in gear, and I think I was
Marshall.
Yeah, it was that ratty Marshall. I think I was playing like some like Receiving Into Sirens or something we had in common because he's from South Jersey. And he was just super friendly and was like, hey, there's like this show, like Searcher was a band at the time.
Yeah.
And he's like, Searcher's playing. It was some of our buddies and Thieves. They were in like a weird, like kind of like alternative band. That's incredible. He's like, do you want to go like check it out? He's like, are you like playing in a project? And it's like, no, pretty much like, no. And he was pretty much like, yeah, like we should start writing music. And then he knew Andy from this band that he played in called Thieves. And so then like the three of us started writing songs in my house. Old house up north, and then we didn't have a singer forever, and then Chris.
You got Cam.
No, we got Tynes.
Fast forward. Okay.
Well, I mean,
fast
we don't
forward
go through every
Fast forward
detail.
through Tynes to the get to know you phase.
Yeah, we can, which we already talked
which we already
about.
touched on.
Yeah.
So we had Cameron, still didn't have a singer, and then Chris had. I didn't really know the situation at the time, but had just left this band he played for called I Call Fives. As a guitar player, not as a singer, but did some singing in it, and I think Nate like joked with you and was like, "Yo, you should come sing for my band."
Yeah, he messaged me on Facebook on April Fool's Day. And he was like, "Move to Texas and sing for my band," and I literally just replied, "Okay." I was sitting in my office at work, and I leaned back in my chair, and my boss was like kind of weird about it. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna move to Texas. He was like, what? I was like, yeah, I'm moving to Texas. Gave my notice then because I wanted to leave that job anyway.
Yeah.
Gave my notice then, that night.
Where from?
New Jersey.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I worked at a movie theater up there for 12 years.
Oh my god.
Because it was time. Time to go.
Yeah.
And then we all had known each other for the maximum of about 6 months and the minimum of like none of us had met Chris. And we found this house.
Yeah, we haven't moved out of it.
Yeah, we haven't moved out of this house. We found this house.
5 years.
Yeah.
And
Going nuts.
All of you live here? Or most of you?
most of us.
Okay.
Chris doesn't live here anymore, but at the time he did.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Nate, who was our original guitar player before Dean, Andy, myself, and Chris literally like signed a lease, and Chris literally just hopped a rental car to Texas and like showed up on the front door. And like I opened the door and he's like, "Hey, I'm Chris. I sing for your band and live in your house now," kind of thing. It's just like,
Okay.
No. Give you the long short of the story. Drove down here.
oh goodness.
36 hours it took me because I had to like stop and sleep in my car for like 30 minutes at a time the whole time through. Got down here and Nate was like, "Hey, like, come over to my house and we'll go get the keys." So I went over to Nate's house. He was living with his mom at that point.
Oh, yeah.
Went over there, went to get the keys, and he was like, "Hey, do you mind like helping me grab some stuff?" And I was like,
classic.
I kind of just want to like bring my mattress into the house and go to bed. And he's like, "No, just come help me real quick." And I was like, "Okay." Helped Nate move. The whole day helped Nate move.
Oh my god.
You pull up with that truck that you were using at the time, help you move in.
What?
Yeah.
Aw.
Yes.
That's not how I remember it.
You pull up in that truck, and that was my first time meeting Zuko too.
Oh.
And then was 45 minutes late returning my rental car, and they charged me for an extra day.
Oh my god. You should have just
Thanks.
kept it for the
Thanks,
day.
Nate.
Yeah.
I think I did end up keeping it for the extra. I was like, well, if you charge me, I'm gonna keep it.
Yeah.
I think I ended up keeping it for an extra day. But yeah, that process, getting down here was rough.
Horrible. Yeah.
It was rough.
And then
Fast forward, number changes.
like 2 years, right? Wouldn't they? 2.5.
Yeah, about 2 years in.
We did our first tour, and they just didn't really settle with our like current guitar player at the time, and then we were a 4-piece for about a year.
We were 4-piece for about a year, but Dean was filling in that year.
You started filling in towards the end of that year. Right?
I was in a previous band and we had played together on a big show, and I liked your stuff, and when you like reached out like anybody can temp anything, and I was like, yeah, I'll fucking do it. I love your music.
Yeah.
At the time, it was meant to be temp, and I had my own like passion project I was working on, and it was just I loved the dudes, and
Just
it was
started.
like, all right,
You fell in love
cool.
with me.
And I fell in love with Andy. I mean,
Here we are.
And then he was still temping, and his wife, Dean's wife, and Steve talked, and and then was it that night you guys were driving home, and she was like, "You're an idiot. Just join the band."
well,
and then Dean joined the band.
well, we actually had the moment
Okay,
of when
so-
I was like, I want to be permanent.
Yeah.
And then we all took a shot of tequila, and it was good. And on my way driving home, I was like, I can't do it. I'm sorry, dudes. Like,
You're scared to get hurt again.
I can't.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
He
That was when my wife was
he
like,
kind of flip-flopped.
"You're an idiot." And I was like,
okay.
okay, yeah, you are absolutely right. I don't know why I'm thinking the way I'm thinking. I'm in. And I called back. I was like, I'm back in, guys.
I
If you
sold
want
her.
me.
I sold her.
You did.
I gave her the
What for?
the 5-year
Boy, if that
plan, you know,
Yes.
and the family thing, you know,
Yeah,
the
we will.
Ohana.
Hey.
Hey, look at that! See, I'm really see it.
Oh, he just said Ohana and I have it.
Oh.
The wrist.
Oh, Ohana means family.
I sold Casey on the Ohana thing.
Yeah.
Family means no Dean left behind.
I would never leave Dean.
Never leave Dean. Maybe Cameron, but not Dean.
Never anybody.
Never leave camera.
Just kidding.
Trying to stir up some stuff over there. Make no mistake.
Yeah, what is this?
We love that.
Hey!
She invites a band into a room and just like,
She's just like,
Who's not here?
starts the beef.
Who's not here?
Who can I?
Yeah, fine. Go
So
on,
who do you like less? Who's like your least favorite?
Yeah.
So if you had to kick anyone out, who?
Just
who would be and
hypothetically.
why? Yeah, and where?
And why aren't they
Gonna
here?
pull them all out.
Where?
I'm gonna form
When?
my own band.
And where?
And
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
do you remember the name of the first bands you were in?
Oh,
Yes.
What is this?
I'll go first.
This should
Mine's
just
mine's
be-
pretty terrible.
Mine's actually not
just
bad.
Mine
Julie's
sounds bad.
terrible memory lane.
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. That's why I don't like doing the podcast. No offense. It just opens up too many doors. And I
What was
heard
your first
it's
name?
jet plane romance.
so sick.
You're like
Plane
a
Romance.
My Chemical Romance, wanna be the
Yeah, you
used
think.
type, like emo.
I thought you were going Jets to Brazil. I was way off.
No.
You don't even know.
No.
You probably don't even know what that band is.
That was the very first.
Chris?
And mine was not that embarrassing.
I know, so I wanted to go first so you guys
Mine
would
was
feel
called
comfortable.
Hatteras.
Yeah.
I don't know, what is that?
It's terrible,
An
but not
island off the
bad.
coast of North Carolina.
Good for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not
Mine-
bad.
Mine was a punk band called the Autumn System.
Ooh, that's not that bad. Hatteras really wanted to be Taking Back Sunday.
Oh, yeah. We
I
really
started
wanted to be
that was
Green
my
Day.
first band. No, I don't remember my
Mine are really bad. Mine
Or
are,
you only get one. You only get one first.
No, because there's one band that turned went through 3 different names.
And they were all
they're
terrible.
all greatly,
Okay.
All right, let's hear all
similar to each other. So, yeah, and like you remember those pictures, so like you're right there. First band was 13.
Just literally the band name. 13?
Yep, just 13 was
Spelled or the number?
we did the number in the background in flames. with the words over top that was in like the Turok font. So it really looked like it was carved out of stone.
Great compromise.
So graphic design was your passion.
Yeah.
13 isn't a bad band name though.
And then that turned into Simple Assassination.
Very simple.
Yeah.
This was very like, like Static X, Linkin Park, turning into like early like screamo stuff. Like Mike.
Okay.
He was captain of that ship, and then it finally landed on Estrada. Like Eric Estrada. But we didn't. I think it was just like a word that he came up with in the basement, and like later in life, was it only funny to compare that band to Chips? But at the time, I think like someone's dad said it to us, and we were like,
What?
Oh, we like that.
potato chips?
What is chips?
Like no concept.
That's so funny. Hatteras could have been my first band, and I can't.
Very new metal though. Very.
Love new metal.
That's where my level like Glassjaw came from, dude. Everything you want to know about sounds.
If that riff in the beginning of Blind doesn't get you going, I don't know what does.
I don't know why blind like the. Like I think the drum beat in Freak on a Leash is so much sicker. Like that fucking like pocket beat. Like with the little like whatever like steppy guitar rhythm over there. It's fucking sick. Yeah, that's that's the song. I don't know why you always drop Blind.
That riff, they close with that, dude. Because of that riff. No one cares about the song.
Play the riff and get it over with.
Seriously, yeah.
And how many bands have you guys been in before or during? Because I know some people have multiple bands going on.
Yeah.
Don't look at me like that.
Sherman has like 30 bands. I don't
We're not-
think
yeah,
This is
somebody-
absolutely true.
Yeah.
And he's still in all of them.
I know.
We're not like that, but some of us. Andy's in like 100 bands.
I think me and Dean are the only people who are in another side band.
That's true.
Okay.
That's it, yeah.
Andy
also-
sound like I just like.
Yeah, we are.
I mean, I fill in for a lot of people as needed, but
Yeah.
I'm not actually in
Like
those other
when
bands.
Gold Steps was
Not
doing
high school.
Paramore, and that was fantastic.
Yes, it
Right,
was.
I did that cover set. I did the drums for their first EP.
Nice.
I've done stuff with Sherman and Anthony and all of them. Like,
Yeah. Disclaimer: I've been to every single Jimmy E. Wednesday this year.
true.
Oh,
Nice.
Oh, true. That was my first time playing guitar live in front of anyone.
Really?
He was,
front of a
he was
crowd.
really nervous. He played
Well,
my
you
guitar.
did fantastic.
Thank you. It was
So,
a lot of fun. But
As somebody who is a huge fan of Paramore,
Same. I was so excited when Zach asked me. I was
Yeah.
like, I don't even count. Yes.
Yeah.
100% down.
when Liz told me they were covering Paramore, I was like, oh my god, this is going to be almost like seeing Paramore live.
Yeah. It was.
It's going to be amazing.
It was a lot of fun. It was really, really cool learning all of those lead guitar parts and then playing them.
Did you? I was the one that knocked a beer on Zach's pedal train because somebody ran into me.
Oh.
Jackasses. I was so
That was
upset. I was like,
you.
Zach, I'm so sorry. I'm so... And he was like, it's okay. And I was like, no.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
It's Jimmy.
Yeah.
Crazier things have happened.
Like Chris jumping off the roof.
Yep. Onto.
Like right into a girl. Yeah.
Which the roof of Swan Dive?
No, it was the outside stage that same night.
okay.
That outside stage, you jumped off of the.
Climbed up
missed
on the
that?
top and like jumped right. It was like just like a pencil dive, like right into people.
Well, I was gonna go on my back, and then everybody was like moving. I was like, no.
Yeah, no, not worth it.
God.
It was either you or them. All right, Dean, you want your tight 35 for your Zoodas plug?
Well, if we're naming all bands,
You don't have to name
All
say how many. 'Cause that's a lot.
currently I'm running 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a 90s cover band
Which I
in Austin called
have
Zoodust.
Yeah, I've been meaning to come out, and it
Yeah.
just hasn't lined up.
We literally just played a show with Thomas Nicholas, who's the child star from Rookie of the Year. He's also in American Pie.
Oh my god.
He's the one who Stifler's mom.
Oh yeah.
Mom has got. Yeah, so we played with him. He brought out John Heder, Napoleon Dynamite. He also brought out Brian O'Halloran.
I missed
that?
Dante from
Napoleon
Clerks.
Dynamite.
Oh,
Yeah, I brought Dante. Dude.
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't tell you that. I was like, yeah.
I don't remember his name, but the love interest from Bring It On, like a whole bunch of like D-list celebrities were
Yeah.
at the show.
That's
I felt like
amazing.
top of the world.
Yeah, I bet.
Dope,
Yeah.
D-list.
Not to
Really?
mention
Damn,
one
you
of the
met
last
Dante?
times
Damn.
Mary Kate and Ashley was at their show too.
Yeah, they also got kicked out.
They got kicked out for
You got-
smoking weed.
They were actually 10 minutes away from hearing us play the Full House theme song, and they got
They
kicked
got
out.
kicked out.
Yeah, 'cause they smoked.
I
You
heard
think
they
they
were
would have
there.
cared though?
Heard they were there, and I was like, "What? I want to go meet them." And then I went upstairs because they were in one of like the karaoke rooms, and I went upstairs to like find them, and they were being kicked out. And I was like, "Oh."
No, awkward.
Whoops. Yeah. It just like the last few times you guys have played, I think I was working at House of Torment, so like
Oh, yeah.
it just wasn't
Nice.
happening.
Yeah,
Okay, it's gonna happen. I'll
Oh,
be
yeah.
out there.
see you there.
Because I am 32, so the 90s are like
Everything.
right here.
All that
Audible heart thumping.
alternative rock.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I've seen there's another Chandler and the Bings several times.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no,
Don't
I'm
get
sorry.
started on
I
Chandler and the
apologize.
This is a.
I apologize. I will. Stop.
It's a
Don't
very.
get me
It's a
started.
very non-verbal rift between us.
Is it like all?
There was
90s
actually
cover
there was
bands,
a
or is it-
moment where they were like,
Yeah.
we won like the best cover band in Austin, and
They got mad.
not meaning to call you out, sorry. But one of them commented on it and basically said like, this band only plays one place. We play everywhere. Come check out Chandler and the Bings.
Oh
And,
no.
Actually, I don't think he plugged himself. I don't think he plugged himself there. I think he was just like, these guys only play like one place. You should check out Chandler and the Bings. Didn't like
Yeah.
make it seem like it was himself. But his photo was one of their flyers. And then he changed it to like a normal photo
Right.
of his face afterwards. We didn't comment back, but after that moment, they had been like gunning for our one spot that we play.
Oh,
the
man.
one quote unquote spot.
Right. Well,
But
I've seen you guys. I mean, this is recently, but
Yeah.
every time I've seen it, it's been at different places. So
well, we have like one residency
right.
that's like
Which is not bad.
the biggest deal for us because it's a great target market. Like without us, it brings like our age group anyways. So that's
Yeah.
why we love it because it packs out whether or not people know who we are
Right.
or not.
Yeah. Is
So
that's at Cheer Up Charlie's, right? Or-
that's it's at Highball.
okay.
Off right by Alamo Draft House.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's like our main thing that we play. Then we do like a whole bunch of corporate parties and weddings and stuff. But like as far as public, that's the one
Do
place.
corporate parties.
Oh yeah, we've done like
Yeah.
Facebook, T-Mobile.
I'm gonna talk to my company that I work for that I'm not gonna say because I'm not going to plug them
To have
until they
Nominee
pay me.
come play.
Yes.
Nominee.
Exactly. Nominee is gonna come
and
play.
switch to
Let's do a 90s set.
We turned around the rest of the guys from Zoodust.
Wait.
We're just waiting for our turn on the podcast here.
Yeah, we're about to get whacked.
Did
Karen
I?
joined.
2 bases.
oh, sweet baby Jesus.
Yep.
All right.
And I don't think any of us are in other band. I'm technically still in Echo Fives. That door never closed.
Correct.
They come to Texas.
No, they're not doing anything.
No, I stopped receiving those Northeast phone calls
Yeah.
when I like burnt the whole thing to the ground.
Yeah.
I mean,
Whoops.
Started listening to those Northeast phone calls when I started trash talking the band on podcasts. Strange how that happened.
You might have had to do something with a bottle of Tennessee honey whiskey. But another story for another time.
You're like my dad. That's a story for another day.
and describe Nominee's music, not Zoodust, because we already know.
Why do we even let him in here?
Yeah.
I tried. I was like,
I tried my best.
like, what can I contribute, guys? I don't know.
Zoodust.
Yeah.
A plug for Zoodust.
I can plug Zoodust.
Describe the music?
Chris.
Oof.
Yeah.
Not really.
For fans of. No. That's recently taken a little bit of
Yeah.
change.
I've noticed that. I was like, I mean, I guess it makes sense. But at the same time, I don't know. It seems kind of weird to me. The
What?
for fans of thing.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I would say you're close to the loudest water drinker I've ever met. To the cap, to the swig where it slaps your lips.
And then he puts the bottle down and you hear the water hit the bottom of the bottle.
I'm sure they've heard your 40 gulps. You don't have to get close.
I've been chewing
sure
gum
it's just been all over the place.
I've not heard any gum chewing, I will say that.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
You have to.
No, I mean, our music when we started was like when I first thought about joining the band and Nate was sending me songs that they were writing, it was like a post-hardcore band. And I was like, I don't think my voice will really work for this, but we can give it a shot. You know what I mean? And I told Nate that my voice is very I sing in my mid-range. You know what I mean? And I was really into the Dangerous Summer at the time, you know what I mean? I was like, I'm just gonna do stuff like this, stuff that's not so hard on my vocals. And then we started writing stuff, and I was like, I just really want to write higher stuff outside of my range for this. And we did that, and we wrote a record like that, and my voice just could not hold up. When we were recording that record, I got diagnosed with vocal polyps.
Oh, no.
And the whole tail end of recording that record, I had to go in every other day to record because I literally just couldn't sing.
Right.
And then I took 3 months off. We had Billy from Thieves fill in for a show, and I wasn't practicing or anything. I wasn't doing it. There was nothing I could do other than kind of rest and hold out. And then I started taking vocal lessons. But then when I kind of came back from it, I was like, we really can't do this, and the band very much started writing to my style and to my range. So I think directly because of that, it went from a post-hardcore thing to an emo. I hate saying pop punk, and Steve hates it more than I do. But it went more that direction.
It's called what it is.
It went more that direction. Now, I don't think you can really call us a pop punk band.
I don't think so either, but it translates well enough to people who like pop punk can get that when they listen to it, but still be able to make their own decision as far as what I would assume they would say. It's not really pop punk, but I can enjoy this.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
That is me.
Yeah,
I would agree with that statement.
So that's just the kind of the blanket way of describing
For sure.
this band. It's like a pop rock, pop punk kind of band.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now there's stuff that we're writing now.
It's almost like we're going back.
A lot of it's a lot darker.
Yeah.
A lot weirder and
It's dark times, man.
kind of angry sounding almost.
I mean, I'm angry all the time right now, so that's probably a good thing.
Yeah, it's evolved a lot. And we really we put out Drag Me Out, and we were like, okay, this is what we sound like as a band. But then 2 years prior to that, we put out our first EP, and we were like, okay, this is what we sound like as a band. But then a few months prior to that, we put out a sampler with 3 songs. Okay, this is what we sound like as a band, and it's changed every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is kind of neat, I guess.
Yeah.
Well,
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
like Paramore, especially their newest album, it's
After
different.
Laughter.
Yeah.
Like you can tell it's different, but through every one you can still tell it's Paramore.
Yeah, totally.
And I kind of get that same vibe with you guys. Like, I mean, from the two that are on Spotify,
Yeah.
there's definitely like I can see it's both Nominee.
Okay.
Even if
Well,
they
that's good.
sound.
That's
Yeah.
good. I'd like to hear that.
Yeah.
Cool.
And what are your shows like? Actually, before we talk about that, I did read that lovely article
I was going
about
to say that article
Yeah.
pretty much
That's cool.
summed it up.
Yeah,
in
It was-
words that
I
I
almost
could have.
cried.
It was. I mean, it was really cool. I don't remember enough of it to be able to describe it. So if somebody wants to go ahead and jump in and do
Well,
that. But it was
it was funny because I was reading it and he was like, I came in right at the end of Gold Step set. And I was like, that's when I came in. Who is this guy? Is there a picture? This is me right now. It was really weird. But, yeah, I kind of skimmed it. But, like, I got the whole gist of, like, which was also kind of me. More I just wasn't going to shows, but I could see how he would be like, he was saying that, you know, shows just don't have the energy that they used to, and he was like, is it because I'm older, or is it because this is the way that music is? Mm-hmm. And then he saw you guys, and it was super, I've seen you guys like 5 or 6 times now, and every single time the energy level is always crazy. Like,
awesome.
every single time. And it's amazing. Like, I love it. Like, every time I come,
Yeah.
I'm like, I know it's going to be a
humbling.
great show. I know there's going to be a ton of people there because you guys have such a great following. One of the best parts to me is there's always, like, musicians that I know there, too. Like, Sherman's always there, Anthony's
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
And every time it's just, everybody is, like, screaming with you guys, and
Yeah.
it's never dull. Not
Yeah,
once.
Lucked
been
out
very
to be
blessed.
to
Yeah.
be in such a cool scene. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Very,
even if
very
like
blessed.
15 people were there, they'd still be stage diving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fucking love about
It's
it.
so tight. Yeah, and the coolest part about that article for me was that he, like, from like an outsider's perspective, someone who doesn't know anybody in this scene was able to, like, feel the camaraderie
Yeah.
between everybody in the scene. That he was able to recognize that it was like a community.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which, that was the coolest thing to me, because when we first started playing shows in Austin, that didn't really exist to us.
No way.
We found like Burning Ears,
Yeah.
and Over and Under, and we started playing shows with them,
Forever starts today.
and Forever Starts Today. Yeah,
That show was like 3 years ago, like today.
yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah. We played with them at Trailer Space Records, on East 11th or whatever. And yeah, it was after that show we were like, oh my god, there are other bands of the genre in this city. We just didn't know where they were.
Yeah.
Up until then, we were really playing like
Hardcore shows.
hardcore shows, metal shows. We played with Dean's band, The Artillery, and Emery.
Yeah.
But like, there weren't really any like DIY. There wasn't like a DIY scene at all. You know what I mean?
There's no community yet.
Yeah.
It's not for.
And then fast forward a year later,
Yes.
and there's 150 kids at Holy Mountain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like 200 kids at the Locket Release at FSG. And
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's just like that. It kind of like came out of nowhere, but it is like such a community now.
Yeah.
It's
I think
crazy.
what's funny is the fact that right when you're talking about when we played together was the tail end of when I personally feel like the scene that The Artillery do, like my previous band, everything we had known, all the bands we had known for a long time were done at that point. And so
Yeah.
the scene that I had known had just been trailing off because I'd grown up on like Recover and Manatee, Widows and Orphans, and just a ton of local bands that had huge followings. Everybody knows everybody. I think one of my biggest ones is like Riot Like Words. Like us and them would always play shows together.
Yeah.
And everyone knew
Yeah.
everyone. And it was gone. And so I totally get where that article is coming from, but the fact that it had faded, and I didn't know of anywhere else to go, and I still had like this passion project, and then like playing with Nominee, I saw just the circle had changed, and
that's a weird
it had
perspective,
like built itself back up, and that's when I was like, dude, Like that's when I really truly fell in love with like not only like the band itself, but like the space we were in as a community. Period. Because like going to shows of friends' bands, they do the same for you, and like everyone pushes everyone, and it's just like trying to get the scene up as high as it can possibly go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's extremely difficult after high school.
Yeah.
Because after like high school is like the same thing. Like when I
When
was
you
in
can pass out flyers in the hallway and get people to come to your shows.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Now,
not even
now
that.
you do that, you look
But-
weird.
Yeah, right.
Who are you?
Dean
Why
walking
are
around
you-
high school.
Excuse me, buddy. You want to come to a show?
Hi, fellow kids.
Hey, fellow students.
Some real
Was
rock
that-
music.
What's that from?
Steve Buscemi.
Philip. Kids in the Hall?
Yeah.
That is?
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, it's that article was. I mean, it was the things they said about our band were really flattering, but the coolest thing to me was the fact that he recognized
Yeah.
a community. Well, and kind of reflecting on what Dean was saying, like how like people in the scene go to shows, and then like everyone else from that show goes to see the band that's playing the next night. Like,
Yeah.
if you go to a Burning Ears show, there's like all the people from like Gold Steps and Nominee and Lions and Tigers in the front. If you go to a Lions and Tigers show, there's everyone from Burning Ear. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Everybody, it's just a really, really supportive scene.
It really is. I was at Come and Take It, I think like 2 weekends in a row, because the first weekend was Forever Starts Today's like
The record
homecoming.
release.
Yeah.
So good, yeah.
And then
Show
like
was
a week or
awesome.
two
Yeah, that
later,
show's crazy.
it was you guys and
Me?
Yeah.
The artillery?
Yeah, it was the artillery one.
yes,
Oh, it was
yeah,
our- it was-
the
yeah, it was
artillery
our
was- yes.
10-year anniversary of our first record that I hate
Yeah.
that everyone loves.
But both shows, it was literally like, it was, I think at the second one, it was like Alex from Lions and Tigers and me and Sherman and Liz and Zach were just all up front for Nominee and for Forever Starts Today. And I was like, oh, and Brendan. And like, I was just like, this. Every time I go to a show, it's always like,
Yeah.
I recognize so many bands now because I've interviewed them, but at the same time, I'm like, you guys are. I've posted like 5 times on Facebook. The Austin scene is stupid supportive of each other, and I love it. Like,
Yeah. Gotta grow it.
yeah.
Keep it going. Although Sherman is the only one who's in
He's
bands, so
in every
he's
band.
just gonna keep bringing bands into it. And that's
Yeah.
fine.
It's all good. Keep doing you, Sherman. And what's your favorite thing about playing live?
My knee's hurting the day after.
It's my favorite thing about standing there. Yay!
Favorite thing about playing live. I mean, it's so cliche, but for me, just getting up there and getting to have that outlet.
Yeah.
I think the energy
Yeah.
that we're very lucky to have.
Yeah.
People watching us. I think that's what really
Yeah.
seals the deal for me and makes me
Totally.
want
Yeah.
to keep doing this and play that much harder and take out the click out of my ear so I can play that much faster because I'm just like so into what's happening.
Yeah.
You know?
Don't let the click hold you back, man.
I have to.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the energy from everybody that sees us for sure.
Yeah.
There's literally no better feeling in the world than having like someone resonate with something you wrote.
Yeah.
But obviously, it's not like that everywhere we play. Like we're not gonna have the Austin scene everywhere we go.
Sure, I was just trying to think about that too.
Yeah, but the thing that's still there, the common denominator that's still there, is the fact that we get to play the music that we're really proud of every night, and we get to have it as an outlet. So, as like a generality, like I feel that way every night.
Yeah.
Like there have been, all of us have been playing shows for
Too long.
15 years, you know, and I can probably count on 2 hands the times that I've been like, fuck, I really don't want to play right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Which is pretty amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
And one of those times I had food poisoning.
Oh yeah. So
man.
what? Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, I was fine then.
Oh, that was considered fun. Got it.
Actually, no, it wasn't food poisoning. It was a hangover.
So what was?
No, I had a ton of beers one night when I was in the Crosstown rivalry. Mm-hmm. A ton of beers with a bunch of the dudes in my band that night, and we had like a day. We had 2 shows the next day. we were playing with the color Fred
Oh, sick.
in the morning in Westchester, Pennsylvania, and I was so hungover, and I set up a chair next to like right here, right? Say this is my amp. Set up a chair right here and played guitar right here and threw up in a trash can. The entire set was just throwing up and playing the whole time. And then the next show that we had, we were doing a battle of the bands to open for Saves the Day, who's my favorite band of all time. We were doing a battle of the bands to open up for them, and I could not sing, was still like savagely hungover, and was just like, well, just threw that out the window. And we ended up winning.
What?
Yeah, I was very stoked on that. But the Color Fred show wasn't good.
Just puking the whole time. Do you guys have any pre-show rituals?
No.
My pre-show ritual,
My pre-show
ritual is actually watching Cameron stretch and going, oh shit, I need to stretch. If Cameron wasn't there, I would never stretch. And I get on stage, and like the next day, I'd be like, I can't move.
That's me every day.
Yeah.
Stretch or not. I just got a crazy Charlie horse in my head.
Just thinking about it.
Yeah.
No, I don't think we don't really have a big circular, chant.
Yeah, it's
Group
like,
hug.
no, we know what we got to do. We've been doing it for a while, so when
Yeah.
it's time to get up there, just get your ass up there.
Yeah.
Tune your guitar religiously.
Yeah.
I'd say the only...
There's a glaring stare going at Steve right now. And we're on a podcast. You can't see it. King Tuner over there.
If there was a way to have more time in between measures, tune there too.
You should just get one of those robo-tuners and just always have it on.
Yeah, for real.
Always have it on, but I'm like hitting the buttons, so it's like...
Yeah, no rituals. Get up there and do the thing.
I have a pre-show ritual now.
Do you really?
Yeah, whiskey and soda.
Oh yeah, sure.
Nice.
We'll see how long that lasts.
Whiskey and soda.
I
When
can.
my voice is blown, knock on wood. Fuck.
There's a whole thing of it right here. This is the whole drum set. The whole thing, dude.
Yeah, when my voice is blown, it doesn't really, it doesn't fix it, but it makes me able to play the show.
Yeah.
Whiskey helps.
Yeah.
It's good.
I like to smoke a cigarette.
It's not really
I'm like
rituals.
warming up.
Yeah.
Dean and I go out to the van to warm up.
This is true.
Yeah, go ahead and give the listeners a preview.
No, Dean made his own warm up on his
Unique
phone. His
New
own,
York.
It's super like reading Rainbow.
Unique New York.
The
Yeah, you should, because he
The Human Torch was denied a bank loan.
in his
Love Anchorman.
in his okay, so he made these warm ups, and it was like a recording on his phone. And have you ever listened to like a vocal warm up before? Like
I was in choir, so yes.
okay,
I've
so
done
yeah,
vocal warm-ups
before they run the scale,
Yeah.
they tell you how to pronounce.
Right.
But it's Dean doing it in his. He's like, A-E-I-O-U.
The worst thing is I wrote it for myself only.
Prolong.
So I don't know why I needed to
Yeah.
talk like that. I was like, maybe I could get into a career of making these things somehow for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so I guess there's a couple, but nothing that's like, that we do is like a full band.
Yeah.
I'm going to demand that you come up with one before the next time you're on this podcast. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Fair?
Group high five.
Yeah. A choreographed dance.
I mean, you could just go Anchorman and take down another band right before.
Ooh, yes.
Oh,
Somebody
yeah.
needs to bring a trident.
We all need to go get new suits.
Brick has a grenade. Yeah, where'd you get that?
Brick had it. No, it was a trident.
That was Brick.
Brick
Oh,
killed the guy.
Brick killed the guy. Brick, I've been meaning to tell you this. You should probably lay low for a couple minutes.
Why is that movie so good?
I
Can't
can
kill
put
the
the
guy.
absolute crap out of that movie.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, keep going.
I mean, we could just do the whole movie right
Okay.
now.
Absolutely.
I don't know how much the audience would enjoy this podcast,
What's
but
the first line in that movie?
he's doing vocal warm-ups, isn't he? That's one of the first things. Like they, well, no, it's a voiceover. Don't.
Yeah, it's the voiceover at the intro.
Yeah, you're
right,
But like, why are you trying to throw that out on this podcast? Like, we're not moving to movie trivia, okay?
I could do all Shawshank.
I know you could. Next question. Next question. Hurry, hurry, hurry.
What is your writing process like?
Ooh.
It's all over the place.
Yeah.
It really varies. Yeah. We all write songs. I have to be really inspired by something to write to it, and it's the worst.
It's kind of a pain
And it
in
makes
the
me
butt.
feel so bad. So
It's like trying to get a kid to
They'll
eat
write-
food that he doesn't want to eat. You know, like, broccoli's good for you. And it's just like, I don't like this.
Not really.
I don't like this.
Yeah.
I don't like this.
It
So,
is
I already feel bad about it.
yeah, that's fine.
spoon feeding a toddler peas.
Yeah, pretty much.
They'll write 50 songs and I'll use 5. I'll end up using 5. Only because I cannot force myself to write something. If
Yeah.
I'm not... If
Which
I'm
is-
not...
I
If,
would
if
respect
the
and
lyrics
understand.
that I'm writing feel fake, I will hate the song until the end of time, and I know that other people will see through it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just know it. It's like, I'll listen to a record, a band will put out an incredible record, right? And then the follow-up, I'll listen to it and I'll be like,
What is this
like,
nonsense?
why did they rush this out?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't want to be that band.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if we have 50 songs and 7 of them end up on an EP, but we're really happy with 7 of them, I'd rather do that than have 7 songs on a full length that are good and 4 that are dog shit.
Yeah,
You know what I
same.
mean?
I hate that so much when someone puts out a full length and you can just immediately identify and see the songs that they were just kind of like,
Yeah.
Filler.
I guess we need 4 more for it to be a full
yeah.
length.
I
When
can
I
name
was-
a couple bands that did that. I'm just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. When I was in high school, you couldn't have told me ever that any of the boy bands that I listened to ever had filler songs. Like, all of these songs are
they're
amazing.
so great. Are you
What
kidding
are
me?
you talking
Are
about?
you kidding me?
I know.
And then I listened to freaking NSYNC, and I'm like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
there it
That
is.
filler. Oh, wow.
Totally a filler song.
Um,
Got it.
Yeah,
There's so many bands that do
adulthood
that.
ends everything.
Yeah.
there's so many bands that do that. Like, I don't know.
Don't name drop anything.
I'm not going to name drop anybody in particular, but I'm thinking about like specific songs that I just like loathe.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't have done like a little better.
Yeah.
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 Like if my favorite band released an incredible EP and an okay full length, I'm gonna go back to the EP because I don't have to skip through songs.
It
Right.
happens all the time. And we just like don't want to be that band ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everybody writes, and we, even if one of us writes an entire full song, we'll write it and kind of record like a rough demo of it, bring it to practice, play it all together, and figure out what we want to change.
Right.
And I feel like that is like a rough outline of how we write together.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah. But everybody writes. Everybody writes full songs. Like we have like a Dropbox that has songs from every member of the band.
How do I get access to that?
No.
Just kidding, guys. And who are your influences?
I'd say my biggest 2 were Saves the Day and Jimmy Eat World.
Chris is my biggest influence.
Aww.
I just want to write something that he will love and write lyrics to. So at the end of the day,
Perforated.
when I'm
That's
writing,
That's what Andy.
I'm
and I
like,
have.
what will Chris like? And then I also like to think about what other people would like in a live setting. But I don't know. I can't really name a band that I'm just like, oh, this band. Well, no, never mind. Like The Story So Far is probably one of my biggest.
I was waiting for you
Yeah.
to say it, and the fact
It
that you
took a
couldn't.
second. It took a second. Yeah, writing wise, like their writing is just so damn creative, and his drumming is so damn creative that like I pretty much put that as like a level of like if I have like this baseline idea, but like how do I bring it up to a level that makes it like even better,
Okay,
like,
yeah.
musicianship wise, because they are great musicians. Like say what you will about the band, but fundamentally, man, they write.
Covered Led Zeppelin.
They get some dude, and they ripped it.
Yeah, it was,
They
you were
ripped
there,
it.
weren't you?
Yeah, I was definitely there.
I was walking to Stubbs and I heard him playing. I was like, "Is
Yeah.
Story So Far?"
Yeah.
I was like, that sounds like Parker, but it's 6 o'clock at night and they're playing Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
What song did they do?
They did a couple. They did like a whole melody. Like I think the first one that they did was I don't know the title of it.
My dude, his voice sounded so good over that.
Black is now covering Led
That's
Zeppelin.
Black Dog for the future.
Dude, he could like shred those notes.
I believe it.
I was blown away.
You don't expect it.
Yeah.
For me, it's Thrice is my number one. I've been there from the very beginning. I've loved the evolution. I feel like they're a musicians band, for sure. I also feel like that's why they haven't like hit the charts.
Yeah.
In my eyes, but I love everything they do. Period. Back to front.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of Northeast stuff that I grew up on, like Glassjaw is probably like my favorite band of all time. Like the way like Justin Beck and Todd Weinstock play guitar, just like it's relentless, like freight trains. And then like bands like Converge and stuff, like how. Hey, 311. Like a band like Converge, like obviously like sounds nothing like Nominee, but like how like heady they got in like the genre of hardcore, makes me want to like make our stuff weird, honestly.
I know, it's a constant battle.
Yeah. Andy's trying to just be like straight to far and straight, and I'm
we're like we're trying to meld the two. Like what to say that
what can I do
is
to the
not
bridge
good.
to like really like throw a wrench in this thing? Like let's just go somewhere awful, you know, but like make it work.
Weird,
Well, no, it's weird because clearly we all have very different influences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of neat.
Yeah,
Totally verbalize.
But like I think we all like cross over on it. Like
and then
a
Cameron
ton of
listens
bands
to
too.
like a ton of hardcore.
Oh yeah.
So it's like
Rap, rock, and reggae.
Yeah. Anything from rap rock to reggae.
no, but Cameron deep down is like a metalhead.
Hell, totally.
Yeah.
For sure. Total metalhead. Total metalhead.
But yeah, I mean, like, even Chris's like influences like Saves the Day and Jimmy Eat World, like those are easily top 5, top 10 for me. Similarly like in that kind of world. So like
If you can't hear the Saves the Day influence in my lyrics, I don't know.
yeah. So like it's not hard for us though. As much as we all like at the end of the day are kind of deviated, like there's a ton that we all have in common.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
for sure.
Which I think it distills down into what we do.
Yeah.
Cameron legitimately doesn't listen to half the bands that we listen to.
That's
like half the bands that I listen to, but we still have like, but Cameron and I both still love Comeback Kid. You know what I mean? Like
And he and I
we still have
both love Thrice.
Yeah,
equally.
exactly.
I don't even know what I have with Cam.
You have like architects and all that.
Oh
stuff.
yeah, true. Yeah, you're right.
And then like Cameron and I like on every like old school hard like Converge, Every Time I Die, like Norvachine, like that whole like we'll go for days on that.
So different but same.
Yeah.
Different.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say.
That's
Different but same.
Nominee is different but same.
Headline.
Next t-shirt.
And that's the headline for the podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
ooh.
pencil that in. You can just go and put that. Just put that down.
Nominee is
Different but same.
different.
I actually, whenever I post anything about Gold Steps on Instagram, I have like a little hashtag now that says less poppy pop punk because they said that in there, so I can totally like different but same.
So
Love it.
And who do you listen to that you think would surprise people?
Love that question.
Oh yes.
I've got a bunch.
yeah,
I know yours.
Boy, do I have.
Oh, we can do that. Why don't you answer for me then?
Oh, I can answer. We can answer for each other.
Can we answer for each
Yeah,
other?
can we answer for each other? That
Okay.
would be really fun.
Andy.
Wait, who's answering for? We all got.
I'm gonna answer for Andy.
Okay.
There you go.
Who's gonna answer for Dean?
Well, just everybody collectively answer for everybody. Who cares? Just throw it out there.
Yeah, if you know it.
And Cameron, who is
Yeah, Cameron as well.
here.
Andy loves Taylor Swift.
See, no surprise.
Chris
Goes
also
beyond.
loves Taylor
Chris
Swift.
also loves
This is
Taylor
true.
Swift.
Not that new record. That
No.
new record is
What are you talking about?
That record's
hate
great.
it, dude. I do not like it.
Interview over.
Somebody
Line.
played "Look What You Made Me Do" at House of Torment, and we were all backstage like, "What is this nonsense?" And I look around and I was like, "Guys, some things are just too scary. Please."
I actually like that song. I think that song's pretty good.
You're the second person
like the
that's
rest of
told me that, and I don't understand.
I I love her like singer-songwriter stuff. I think
Yeah.
it's phenomenal. Red and Speak Now are
Speak
two of my-
Now
Speak Now is one of my favorite records of all time.
I just
Straight up.
feel like the song doesn't resolve.
Oh, look what you made me do.
Yeah.
There's no resolution in the
like
chorus.
musically, yeah.
That kills me. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's what drives
if
me
it
crazy
wasn't Taylor
about it.
Swift, I'd be like, okay, I get it. You know what I mean? But because it's Taylor Swift, and I'm so angry with her.
I guess I don't generally listen to anything that would be similar to that, so
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
just like,
Sure.
what are you doing? Please get off my radio
That's
station.
not like
I get it.
That's not a big reveal, Dean.
No, he didn't say it was a reveal. He just said that he knew what mine was.
I'm saying I don't think people will be surprised. I think you could dig deeper. I think you get better. You're better than that.
For him,
For me,
Yeah.
I think people would be surprised.
Chevelle
No,
was
still-
one of the
still
first
not-
ones.
not
Still not
sure.
surprising?
I'm not surprised by that.
Cher?
I feel
Yeah,
like
There you go. Now we're talking.
I've actually seen Cher live.
Really?
Incredible.
Believe it.
Ending
Goodness.
tours or whatever, going away tours.
Nice.
I don't have any dirty closet music. I'm pretty proud. I'm pretty proud of everything that I listen to.
It's not.
It's not like proud about it. It's just.
This is not like, because I don't believe in guilty pleasures when it comes to music. I used to like be really defensive over some of the music
Sure,
I
yeah.
listen to, and now I'm just like, fuck you.
Yeah,
I like what I like.
Yeah.
I like pop. I like pop punk. I like regular punk. I like everything pretty much. If you don't like what I like, that's fine. But you're not going to talk shit to me about loving Justin Timberlake forever and for always.
Yeah.
Sure.
And G-Eazy.
That man can't do
But,
wrong.
No, I got to see him
Oh, wow.
when he was here recently.
Oh,
It was
through F1?
amazing. Yeah,
That's awesome.
it was so good.
I've got a good one for myself right now.
Okay.
Yeah, do it.
I've been really into Post Malone.
Oh, hell yeah. Absolutely.
That's not surprising
Also-
because you talked about it at the last show that.
Also,
I was into that show. Holy shit, he was incredible live.
Oh.
And I was like, I'm gonna give it a shot. That record's great. It's got like 19 songs on it, and they're all good.
yeah.
Damn.
Rockstar.
Huh?
Is it Rockstar?
No,
What's the name of the record?
Stony?
Oh, Stony the record. Yeah.
Yeah. Stony's great.
It's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Post
Love this shit.
is pretty good.
Did not expect that. I didn't know
Quirkiness.
that.
Post is good.
Ed Sheeran wouldn't be surprising if you actually knew me.
Yeah, that's what I feel
Love
like. Yeah,
Sheeran.
maybe like everybody like outside of us would probably be shocked at
Yeah.
stuff
Yeah.
like.
I got one for Steve.
What do you got? Hit me.
Aqua. I'm just kidding. I heard you singing Barbie Girl in the shower.
As he's brushing his
No.
teeth.
No, he does all the other parts. Come on.
He just waits for someone to repeat.
Yeah.
Andy! Sing it with me!
Oh, that's good.
Surprising for Steve.
I'll just let Steve answer. I don't even. What angsty stuff
What do
do
you
have?
think it'd be?
I don't really know. Yeah, I feel like anybody who knew me from like the Northeast wouldn't be surprised. Like I used to play in like instrumental bands, so like they hate like Blake especially like cannot get down with like a lot of like. It like drives him.
It
Maybe
gives him insane anxiety.
yeah. If he
It
drives,
gives me anxiety too.
if he drives
Like
with
when he's
me.
listening to it, if I don't have earplugs in, I'm like
so-
having a
Yeah,
panic
so when I
attack.
drive like late night especially, I love instrumental music and it's everything from like bands like Caspian, like Explosions in the Sky and stuff like that.
Spacey instrumental music, not like.
To no, I mean even
Tech
like
rock.
from that to like no, I can't get into the tech rock thing.
Yeah.
But like that to like I have like
why we
6 or
have
7
issues.
albums of like solo piano. Like that's like some of it's really ethereal and some of it's like weird like dudes from like the Basque region of Spain that are just like and like I straight up like write songs like just like I listen to like chord progressions and I'm like yeah it's tight. That to like stuff like Deaf Heaven. I have a bunch of friends in the American black metal scene and I just like really latch on to like weird stuff like Leviathan like 1349 like borderline like unlistenable stuff that like for some odd reason like you
At least
see
you know.
yeah you see live like enough times that like there's just there's like a certain beauty in how uncomfortable it makes you like this band from Brooklyn Yellow Eyes just put out
Office.
yeah that's actually kind of true This band Yellow Eyes from Brooklyn literally just put out an incredible EP that they create such tension with music that it straight up makes you uncomfortable at some points. And there's like kind of a beauty in that. And then like there's like mainstream stuff too, like Deaf Heaven and stuff that like I can't get enough of. Like just can't. And like they'll go nuts. And I have to put it on like really hushed.
Yeah.
So it'll be like 3 a.m. and you'll just hear like
Really hushed?
Sometimes.
The speakers are off in the back, but I still can't stop.
I think for me,
Is that weird?
I listen to it.
That joke
ton of
country guy.
stuff. Huh?
That country guy that you really like.
Who's that?
You can ride
I
a
can't
big
think of it.
green tractor.
Yeah.
Slow, we can go
I
right.
can't even think of it.
The joke. The jokey.
Walker Wheeler.
It was Wheeler Walker Jr.?
Yeah, Wheeler Walker Jr. Yeah.
Dean gets a little. Also,
So-
Dean goes from thrice to like.
I would think like
Texan.
someone who would see me and not think that I would listen to something. I love the 1975. I'm super into like funk and blues and my roots, and it may not be like I have a specific band, but I so wish I played in a funk band in my life. Like, if someone has a funk band out there, I want to join. But
Again, just using this podcast for your own benefit.
Hey,
How many plugs do you need?
I mean, I'll just do my
feel that
own
way about
home and
black
just
metal.
release tracks.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. Yeah, I think funk is like everything to me.
Yeah.
For sure. Dino.
Yeah, downtown demon.
Downtown danger downtown. No, that's not a ring to it. Don't like it.
Oh god.
My dad can play some funk bass, so...
There you go. Hell yeah.
I don't need competition. He's not available. Zudas is not for me.
Yeah, it's weird because everybody in the band really does have such a wide range that I don't really think anything that we put on. I'm like trying to think of specific times. I'm like, you listen to so and so,
Yeah.
and it surprised me. And
Well,
it's really not.
because we're not like honed in on like this. Like we're not like, like a hardcore kid who's like hardcore.
I think it's just mostly because we're older.
Yeah.
We're old. Let's just say it.
We're old. Take the
Yeah,
off.
because we had like a hardcore scene. I mean, like when I was like getting into the black metal stuff, it was very like that was it. Like that was like
Very tunnel vision,
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
So it's just kind of span out of it. Thankfully, none of us really have that terrible of taste in music, so we can all kind of.
What are you talking about?
down
You
on
guys'
everything.
taste in music is horrible. This is
This has been the worst interview I've ever been.
You keep mentioning all these things, and I'm just like,
tractor. We can go slow, or we can go fast.
I also love old school country.
You've had enough plugs, Dean.
Okay, you're not.
There's a
We got
country band out there.
Didn't know if I mentioned this. I'm in a country band that plays on Wednesday night.
Look, I'm competing with Sherman, okay? He's got
one
20...
band is not enough for Dean over here.
Yeah.
He needs-
He's not a one-woman band.
He's not a one band.
He's not a one-band woman.
One woman band.
Oh man.
We were a one-woman band at one point.
One band woman. No.
No,
No,
one-woman band.
That's
because
the
we were
right.
Holly.
Because we had
Yeah,
one
Holly.
woman in the band at one point in time.
Yes.
Doing some
There
We had
keys.
keyboards for a while.
We did.
Shinfo. Just throw that out real quick.
Girl
She's the
keyboard.
shit.
She is.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Shout out to Holly.
Yeah, shout out to Holly for sure.
you
Not
girl.
downtown
And Brian.
there.
And Allie.
We just failed to mention that earlier, so I thought it was weird to just bring it back to
No,
the fold
it's
too
fine.
late.
Yeah, well, we started talking about members. And can we go back to the member?
Can we go?
Go ahead, rewind.
Can we delete the last 40 minutes?
That's not how that works, guys.
Sorry, Holly. We got to it.
Love you, Holly.
If you could write with anyone alive or dead, who would you want to write with?
Freddie Mercury.
Whoa.
It's out the gate.
Had that ready.
He was so ready.
Freddie
Andy.
Mercury.
Can
Andy.
you read my
Queen-
questions? Because...
No, I think Queen is the greatest rock and roll band of all time.
Yeah.
Just don't guess.
Man.
Mine's Butch Walker.
Ooh,
Whoa,
Butch Walker would be
Butch.
so tight.
I actually came very, very close to being in a situation where I could write with him. super, super close.
Like you found his address.
We played it. I was right outside his house. And see, the thing is, the cops, I mean, they just were so fast.
But I was this close.
No,
I had a knife and everything.
I was playing a showcase in LA with my band, and we literally drove 22 hours just to play the showcase, play 30 minutes, and then drive back home. That was the whole thing.
From Austin?
Yeah.
I've done that drive. That's ridiculous.
It is. It was awful. But we had the opportunity, had the meeting set up, and then nothing came from it. So it was unfortunate. But yeah, that would be mine for sure.
I honestly don't have anyone. I don't want anyone to.
The German was so far.
Yeah, I mean, sure, but no.
How do you
I don't
do
really care.
what you do?
Teach me to be more like you. No. Sure, let's just go with that.
Why are you the way?
Stop! I hate everything you choose to do.
I hate everything it is you choose.
All of these references, and I hope that there's people that are like, oh my gosh, these guys are funny. There's gonna be other people that are like, the fuck is this band?
Why is this band referenced The Office 50 times?
I feel like if somebody went in through and like chopped up every single like time that we actually were goofing off, like that would be the bulk of the freaking interview. You guys are the worst. It's like that recording with them. They just like get sidetracked and start talking.
We're
about
the
stuff.
worst.
This is actually how most of my interviews go. And
Really?
I think they're fantastic.
I'm
honestly.
super weird where I'm like, guys, she's got questions. Like, get it going. You know what I mean?
You gotta cage it.
I can't. You guys asked me to be in here, dude. Like, I need to get out.
Cage the
The door's closed.
Cage the tiger. Man, cage the tiger.
The holes in the walls are from Andy trying to get out.
Make no mistake, I turn into a
They
a
put him
real
in here
sob
at
at times.
They put him in here at night.
He's
Cajun.
definitely animal.
This wall closes and there's a lock on the other side. Stays in here.
That's right.
And let him out in the morning.
I'm obviously alone with my thoughts. Now that you can see the writings on the wall.
We are currently in their
practice.
space, and it's pretty fantastic with all sorts of things on the
That's
wall.
where we did the Whitewater music video.
Watch that music video. I have not yet, but I will.
It's alright. It's nothing
fine.
special.
Yeah.
We're
It's
good. Fine.
I honestly...
So why did we agree to do this interview?
I forget that like music videos
I'm
are
too
still
hooked.
a thing, honestly. Because
Yeah.
it's like, MTV's not MTV anymore.
Very true.
So,
It's coming back though.
TRL, baby.
TRL's coming back.
Is
Is
Carson
Carson
Daly
Daly going to be on it? Because...
They're gonna have like a revolving door of hosts.
Okay.
But Carson Daly's going to be on.
Can
it.
I
And is
tell
Russell
you...
Brand still not allowed?
I hope he is.
Can I tell you, I watched... Does anybody remember TRL when it very first started? When it was just Carson Daly?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
In a
absolutely.
tiny studio by himself, counting down 5 songs.
Yeah.
That's where I discovered NSYNC.
Yep.
Yep.
I actually... It's really funny, but I remember the first time I saw the I Want You Back video, and I was like, who is this? Especially that guy with the curly hair.
Especially the dude with the ramen noodle hair.
It's gonna be May.
That's gonna
There's every
I
time
love
I talk to
Justin
people about that, about the beginnings of TRL, they're like, no, it was always this big thing. And I'm like, no, no, it was not.
Only when it started gaining popularity, they're like, let's let people into this as well.
Right.
They moved it to Times Square, yeah.
Let's maybe make it in the middle of the day when people are at school
Yeah.
and have to record it every single
It
day
was on
on
4 o'clock Eastern
VHS.
Standard Time. It was after school.
I've always been in Central Time.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Fair.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. So you were in school. Now.
Yeah.
Where were you born?
Not I.
Not us.
All of us were privileged.
I am.
Another Austinite. Hey,
There,
right.
there was a fist bump there.
you and
Just so y'all know.
Unicorns.
Fist bump. Fist bump sound.
What was the question?
Steve,
Yeah.
if you could write with anyone, alive or
Oh,
dead.
that's what it was. Holy
Oh,
crap.
Why are you talking about Carson Daly?
On a tangent.
I would write with
You
Carson
two
Daly.
you two are the fucking worst.
How are we the worst? I said nobody. I was like, I can't think of anybody. Moving on.
And then we started talking about The Office.
Yeah.
and then
And then we get to Carson Daly.
what you got, Steve?
So much time has passed.
Talk about Dean trying to knife Butch Walker.
We're never getting out of this room.
I don't know, like, yeah, I think I would shoot for more like producers. You know, like Matt Goldman was on my list for a while. Like Brian McTernan was on my list for like dudes that just make records that like, yeah, the bands are incredible, but like dudes that are like consistent for just like making bands sound incredible.
Yeah,
like whether it's tonally or like writing wise or like.
Joe put it a really interesting way with Matt Goldman. He said every record he's ever done, the drum tones have like a vibe.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
and you can feel it.
Yeah.
You know, and like even his guitar tones are like awesome, and like so like him, and then who's the Long Island dude? Sapone. Sapone would be sick. Yeah, like
any of y'all are listening.
Yeah, seriously, like Sapone if you want to do a record.
Could you please come to Austin?
No, we're going to you.
Yeah, we're going to you.
We will give us a call.
Glow in the Dark Studios, Matt Goldman, I'm coming. Yeah, just because like you know like their perspective on songwriting and like records that like writing with somebody that has like put out a record that's hugely influential on me, I think would be cool. And I really like working with like guys that are like producers. Like I really enjoy that interaction of like kind of being corrected. You know, I enjoy like that criticism.
He loves me.
It's true. That's why I like writing with Andy, because I bring him like a hot mess of like weird
Arts.
and interesting riffs, and he turns it into like songs.
And he says, "None of this is good. Please go back."
I'll take this.
But he
this,
steals
that,
like two
the other.
things, and then we write a song.
I think hearing you say that, talking about producers, also makes me think I want to do a pop album with Mark Ronson.
Yeah, but it didn't go well. Queens of the
actually-
Stone Age just did it, and it didn't go well.
No, pop album.
Yeah.
With Mark Ronson.
Yeah.
Like I want that so bad.
Who's that?
Same guy that did Bruno Mars funk album.
Okay, yeah.
And he did Valerie with.
He's honestly done almost everything. Like
I was
Adele.
gonna say like
Amy Winehouse.
Yeah, he's
that's actually a name I
is
recognize.
all over the place too. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mark Ronson's legit.
Yeah,
he
Mark
just did the new
Ronson
Lady
is
Gaga album.
He's a big deal. He did
Taylor Swift also.
did the Queens of the Stone Age record.
You write with Taylor
recently.
Swift?
I'd love to.
Yeah.
Dude, like, some of her melodies. Just
What if she made you write like her new record?
Look what you made me do.
Yeah.
That Nominee song. Though.
Also, I think like the dudes from Odd
just
Future would be really cool. Like Frank Ocean and stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
Frank Ocean and Tyler Creator.
Yep.
Like, I love that kind of like hip hop and rap, and I think they're just
Kendrick Lamar.
endlessly fucking
That'd be
creative.
amazing.
Yeah.
We had a rapper at Stubbs the other night, 21 Savage. You know this guy?
Mm-hmm.
Got his start, robbed a house, and stole a MacBook and an interface that were in like his loot. And he was like, "Okay."
I'm gonna start.
Made a beat on it, recorded his first song on it, still uses the interface of the MacBook to this day.
That he stole.
Wow.
That's hilarious.
Paid back the guy that he robbed. Probably way more money than
I was gonna say
he has
like with
8 digits
ages.
in his bank account.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
That's
a lot of
that's
digits.
his hit song, right?
Yeah.
How do you know how much money he has?
Yeah. Did you ask him?
Because the song says I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 digits in my bank account.
I'm waiting for the next one to come out. It's about 9 digits.
Maybe he should have stole off the
And the whole
source.
song is one beat off because of that.
Oh no.
1, 2, 3,
No shot.
7, 8.
Is it really
digits
one
in my-
beat
Get-
off? That would drive me
No,
insane.
9 digits would
okay.
be 1 beat off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now I understand.
But yeah, I thought that was kind of neat. And he's very creative. His shit's awesome. I'm jamming him too.
There's no post though.
No.
What's your favorite song to cover? I think the only time I've seen you guys do covers is when you did the Jimmy Wednesdays.
Well, that's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Can we get real with it for a sec?
Yep.
I mean, sure.
I really fucking liked covering Sick Trains of Gloria by Brand New. And we can't fucking do it anymore.
So-
Thanks a lot.
I think it's hilarious because that is actually my favorite Brand New song, and I was like,
Okay.
so you're a dick, and my favorite song by you is about date rape. That's fantastic. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of screwed the pooch for everybody. Like that, honestly, like, yeah, to be straight up about it, like, that fit us really well. We really liked that band.
You guys did cover that really well when I saw you guys do that. I was so stoked when you did that.
You know,
Thank you.
like, I grew up on that band. And, like, yeah, I mean, it's one of those, like, you know, you hear those lyrics and you want to just believe, like, oh, you know, like, they're stories. It's illusion.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and then he was accused, and even when he was accused, like, I really liked Brand New. You know, and I like the music, but, like, you know, obviously it's tragic, you know?
Yeah.
And you see he got accused, and you're like, I hope this isn't true. And then he just, like, straight up is just like, yeah, I pretty much suck. And then it's like, well, that's, you know, it's kind of just like, it's right there. You know? So, yeah, I'm with Chris. Like, I loved a lot of the Brand New stuff that we did. But, like, I mean, like, straight up, like, yeah, we can't stand behind that. So as much as that, like, was ever good for us and was fun for us and we ever enjoyed that band, like fuck that dude and we're out, you know, like straight up. And it doesn't matter, you know, like, I mean, we have good memories, fine, like, whatever, but, like, that's just, we can't fucking do that.
And not to mention, the Taking Back Sunday set goes over way better than the Brand New set anyway.
This is true.
It's true.
I really like covering the weird one.
Liar?
Liar.
Yeah, I know you do. It's
Dude,
that one's
weird.
A lot of fun on
that one was
drums.
my favorite.
Yeah.
That's actually
is
my favorite Taking Back Sunday.
High
song,
energy.
so,
Super high energy. There's a fat drum fill into the last
Liar,
chorus.
liar.
I don't know
So
that
fun.
much Taking Back
I know it's
Sunday
been done a
'cause-
billion times, but I really like doing Decade, too. Decade.
I don't know Decade.
Alright,
What
fine.
else have we
All right, fine.
Oh,
cool.
honestly, we covered
see you later.
I Was for Lovers a few times on tour.
Yeah.
And that
That always
off.
pops off.
Please
Yeah,
cover
that's
that
fun.
here. Also,
We did that.
have multiple times.
We did like.
wait, did you do it at Holy Mountains last?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, we did a
I
whole
was-
set for that. We did Saves
we
the
did
Day.
Fall Out Boy,
That
we did
didn't
all
go
kinds
well.
of
That was amazing. That was the only time.
No, the set was fine.
Yeah.
Damn it.
The only
Saves,
time.
That went off.
Sub 41?
Saves the Day did not
That
go
was a
on.
lot of fun.
Yeah.
That was
Maybe
a
that
lot of
was
fun.
because that was before the.
That was when Holy Mountain was
for Hawthorne Heights and Atari's and everybody, right? So that was the first time I saw you guys.
Okay.
Shit. Okay.
That was a great show.
That was. I remember. I think that was one of the first shows that I'd been to, like one of the first like pop punk shows, and all of a sudden I was like, "Fuck yes, I'm gonna be there."
R.I.P. Holy Mountain.
And they were like, "Wear your favorite band shirt," and I was like, "Okay." So I wore Sugar Colt because that's my favorite.
Nice.
And
Who instructed you to do that?
it was in like the,
It was in the-
Facebook event thing. And they were like, "We're gonna, hand out a prize," and I was like, "Sweet." And I got one compliment on it and no other talk about it, and I was like, "Whatever, my shirt's amazing."
Yeah. Yo, tripping.
We've done a ton of covers because of Jimmy Eat Wednesday.
Yeah. I think we can all collectively agree that Taking Back Sunday as a whole was great. Sing
Yeah.
Translate Gloria as a song was probably one of the better fun ones.
Yeah.
Right?
I also liked 70 times 7 too.
Ah, motherfucker, man.
Yeah, I know. Fuck.
Fuck you. Fuck you for being an asshole.
I support it.
Yeah, there's. I mean,
Yeah, I grew
we'll
up
end
on
up doing more too.
Yeah.
So we'll find ones that we even like more. You know.
Yeah.
Talking about doing a cover set for
the 1
later
year.
this year that we're.
The 1 year. Yeah.
Are we gonna really have time to do that?
No,
No,
not
for the 3-year anniversary. Like,
yeah,
in the summer.
in June or July or whatever.
We'll have to start preparing it now.
Yeah.
The 3-year of Jimmy.
Yeah.
Without disclosing, we still going with the original plan?
No. Well,
We're not?
Yes.
Why wouldn't we?
no. It's a band.
turn
It's
this
not a
off.
conglomeration.
Shit.
See,
What do you mean? What?
Upset.
he thought it was the.
My vote is
You know how-
upset.
you
We're
know how
not going
there
to
was-
discuss what we're talking
Yeah.
about. Like, listening, it's like I don't
Okay.
understand what's going on.
How there was a band or a bunch of songs from a bunch of different bands were the two ideas.
We're doing
Yeah.
a band, right?
We're doing a band.
Right.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
upset.
that's what I'm still.
He's
talking.
upset.
Very.
Okay, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
It's not going to change anything. Let's just be clear about that on air.
What's your favorite Austin movie to play?
Holy Mountain, R.I.P.
Red 7, R.I.P.
Red
Dang.
Sun for me.
You don't like any of them because you're a poser.
Just
kidding.
Current or ever? Like, are those good enough answers?
Those are fantastic answers.
All right.
I really like Mohawk. I think that room is awesome.
Yeah.
Sidewinder's been doing pretty well.
Sidewinder's
Inside
great.
Sidewinder has been really great.
I would say if you're
spot.
talking about what's open now, Sidewinder is the tits as far as like
I didn't come and take it.
community.
Come
Yeah,
take
come
it.
and take it,
Awesome,
dude.
man.
Yeah, they did.
Come and take it.
Anthony's
It's
done a
the
really
best
good
sounding
job.
venue for our genre.
Anthony
We're pretty spoiled.
Anthony did it right, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's
that place
doing
went through
a
so
really
many
good thing for the
different
community.
changes. Like, wasn't there like beauty ballroom at one point? A beauty bar.
Beauty bar, and then
Beauty bar.
Antone's bought it.
Yeah,
And then
beauty
it was
ballroom.
Midway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what they're doing over there is
Weird.
great. He's
Yeah,
very
he-
proud.
he
He's
nailed it.
really kicking
I'd
ass.
say that's my favorite current venue.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
really just the sound. It's a really big room though. So
Yeah.
for a band like ours that can't like pack it out, it's like not like the best playing
Right,
to
for
what it's
energy.
like
It just
room.
feels a little
Wise,
bit.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but it's still a really great venue.
I'm between.
Ouch.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
I was
between
looking for support.
Sidewinder.
I'll go with emos. We played emos once.
Oh,
It was
dude.
packed
Emos
out.
East.
It was so sick. No, emos East. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
It was packed out. We played with Amber Lynn there. And it was fucking packed because it was Amber Lynn.
Yeah.
And we were like, dude, it was so tight.
We were
Right,
way-
I heard it sounded terrible.
You didn't have to worry about how many people were there.
Yeah.
No,
People,
Then absolutely.
I mean, even like in the last year, people are still like, "Yeah, I saw you for the first time at Amberlin." It's like, wow,
What?
what?
Nice. And where can we find your music?
Everywhere.
Go to Spotify.
Go to Spotify.
Go to Spotify. We need better numbers.
Yeah. Spotify.
We're shutting
Spotify.
everything but Spotify down.
Nominee.
It's true. It's no longer confused.
We're gonna do the anti-Taylor Swift. We're only gonna have our music.
She's now on Spotify
Yeah.
too.
I know.
Sell
She's not
out.
on Apple Music though.
Sell out.
What?
Her record's not on Apple Music.
Just the new one? Fucking Taylor Swift. She
Yeah.
drives me insane.
Yeah, it's confusing.
Fuck you, Taylor Swift. I'm saying it already.
I do not condone that. I do not back that. I love you, T Swift.
Yeah.
Let it be known that I am not.
All your
affiliated.
I support
Bandcamp,
you
YouTube.
when you went through that horrible. I totally support her. What she just went through with that stupid fucking suing bullshit.
Yeah.
She was awesome with that. Pretty much everything else, fuck you.
You are in touch.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
You guys have a tour and some shows coming up?
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming, actually.
Yeah.
We do.
Touring with Sundressed in like a week.
Yep.
Hope everybody's packed.
Don't remind me.
Can you name some
Well,
of
that
it?
sounds terrible.
Can you name it off the top of your head?
yeah,
Can you
what?
look it up, maybe?
what
I don't know how
what
many
the tour is.
what people are listening to this podcast, like where they're at. I assume
Sure.
most of
Yeah,
them are
I
in
mean
Austin,
we'll be
but-
no, actually not. We'll start in El Paso. We're gonna do the whole West Coast. 3 California dates. 2 California dates. 3.
3 California.
3.
3.
LA.
Portland. 2 in Washington.
Yeah, and then back down.
Idaho
Doing
for our first time.
Yeah, Idaho, Salt Lake, Denver,
Denver, Phoenix.
Phoenix home. So yeah, like a big West Coast
We
loop.
do have an Austin show in there.
Oh yeah, at the end.
But yeah, we're driving from Phoenix to Austin overnight so that we can play this holiday show at
Yeah. We're playing at Sidewinder, I think.
no.
No, we're not.
We're playing it Elysium.
Yeah.
Oh, the
So sick.
Anthony
Anthony's
show.
football.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
gonna be
so stoked
sick.
for that.
So we're doing that, and
Be on the lookout for some new music.
yeah. So we got 2 iterations of new music in the foreseeable future soon. So keep your eyes peeled and your ears to the
Yeah, a bunch of new music.
speakers. Ground.
Ground speakers.
Podcast.
Keep your eyes, speakers.
Yeah.
down.
Steve's having a seizure in the corner. Eyes, floor, speaker.
I love lamp.
Are you just looking at things and pointing at them, saying that you love them? I
Wall,
love lamp.
guitar stand, Velcro, carpet.
Yeah, you can get all those
Sneaker.
dates on our Facebook.
Yeah,
Ken,
they're all
this
on-
all-
The post has
whole
been
tour.
recently pinned to the top so that you can
Yep,
see
can't
it.
miss it.
The Post Malone song has been recently.
I wish. Yeah, but really, yeah, new music tour in a week. Check out Sundress. That's what we'll be with.
Yeah.
You know,
Sundress was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
we'll release music. Maybe they'll release music at like the same time. You know,
Who knows?
Maybe it'd be
It
weird.
could be weird.
Is there gonna be a
I don't know. I can't say. It looks like we're running out of time.
This has been great. If you're going to turn it off.
We'll definitely be on tour with them. I can definitely tell you that.
Yep.
Thank you for listening. This podcast was created and produced by Julie Roth with help from Nick Colbert. Special thanks to Nikki Nadeau. All songs performed are property of the musicians performing them. If you like the podcast, please share it with your family and friends. You can also rate, review, and subscribe on iTunes, and rate and review on Stitcher to help the podcast get on the charts. If you'd like to support the podcast, you can do so at www.patreon.com/Julie's Infinite Playlist, and give us a like on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you.
Welcome to Julie's Infinite Playlist. This is Nominee. Are we not all doing
No.